I'm Michael Gaddis, your local Aviara real estate expert. You know, as the cold weather hits the rest of the country, we should all be grateful that we live in Southern California. I was at a coffee shop the other day and I was walking out early in the morning and I heard somebody say, "It's freezing outside." And I just sort of chuckled to myself. Originally, I'm from Missouri, which is a place that gets extremely cold in the wintertime. In fact, I was talking to my aunts the other day, and they still live in Kansas City, and they were telling me that it was 2 degrees, 2 degrees outside. And when I looked, I thought about the guy saying he was freezing, and it was like 47 or 48 degrees. I just laughed. We lose a lot of perspective out here, but it's a wonderful place to live, and we just have to keep that in mind and appreciate everything that we have here. The purpose of this video is to provide you with a market update for the Aviara area for December. I'm doing this video on December 12th of 2013. So the data that I'm going to be giving you is as of that date. When I pulled up the data, the market data in MLS, I noticed that there was a lot of price reductions, and price reductions are not overly unusual this time of year because of the wintertime, because it's too cold for people to move, or because they don't want to take their children out of school or change. There's a lot of reasons, the holidays, there's a lot of reasons why people don't purchase houses as much in the wintertime as they do other times of the year. So that's not overly alarming to see that many price reductions. I guess it is quite a few of them, but besides that, it's not overly alarming, especially after the mini boom that we had this summer, where prices really took a big jump for us, and a lot of people got on board late in the game, thinking they were going to get the same price they were going to get 2-3 months ago, and it just didn't work out that way. The market kind of became a little bit more stagnant. And so some people were stuck with a little bit elevated prices on their houses, and are now compensating for that by reducing them a little bit. Another reason why the prices are a little bit more stymied is that a lot of the lenders have kind of, again, tightened their belt a little bit on lending practices, made it a little bit more difficult for the availability of money, which depletes the buyer pool. So we don't have quite as many buyers in this price bracket as we did in other times of the year so far, but it's cyclical. And I anticipate that when the spring and summertime comes around, that you'll see all of those down arrows on the MLS turn into up arrows. So I think that's it's a normal part of the cycle. Right now in Aviara, there are 20 active listings, just one contingent listing, 10 pending listings, and 12 sold listings. For a total of 43. The reason I kind of was like just one contingent listing, is because contingent listings are usually short sales. And this is a sign that short sales are becoming less and less common. As you know, a few years ago, there were short sales everywhere. I mean, you turn on the MLS, every listing was either a short sale or an REO. Very few equity sales, but now the market is definitely correcting itself. And so when I see one contingent, that tells me that there's only really one actively negotiated short sale in the Aviara area. As I mentioned, there are 12 sold listings for a total of 43. Statistically speaking, the average square footage for the house currently being sold is 2,779 square feet. The average list price is $967,000. The average sold price is $954,000. Now, what's interesting about that is that the average list price versus the average sold price is pretty close. I mean, it's off by about $12,000, $13,000. So that's not a huge discrepancy in those numbers. So that's pretty good. It means people are pretty much getting what they're asking for. The sold price per square foot is averages 340.28. So that is really good as well. That's actually better than La Costa and Bressy Ranch and Rancho Carrillo. So kudos to everyone in Aviara, because The price per square foot is holding steady. The average days on market is about 55 days, which is pretty consistent with some of the other areas in Carlsbad. So, and sometimes people, I'll just say real quick, sometimes people like to know what the most expensive house that's sold in the area is, and so I will tell you. On October 22nd, 7156 Aviara Drive sold for $2.25 million. This house was 7,131 square feet. So it's a pretty large house, sold for $2.25 million. So that's your most expensive house this past quarter. So I hope to do these types of videos at least once a month to give us a pretty good idea of what's going on in the community. So if you do require any more additional information beyond what I'm talking about in this video, please feel free to either call me, you can email me, you can stop by my office. My office is in the towers at Bressie Ranch, which is just off Palomar Airport Road, not too far. Or you can just visit my website. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to view this video, and I look forward to meeting you in the future.